What is going on, everyone, and welcome to the Aspect Podcast Network, the home for Framing the Force. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below to be the first to listen to all of our new episodes, as well as other new episodes from a range of shows on the Aspect, including topics covering the X-Men, Game of Thrones, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and much more. Unfortunately, we have to start the show on a somber note as legendary actor James Earl Jones passed away earlier this week. Jones, known for his work in The Sandlot, Field of Dreams, and The Lion King, was one of the handful of people to earn an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony, and the first actor to win 2 Emmys in 1 year. He also, of course, lent his talents to voicing the most iconic villain of all time, Darth Vader. In a statement, Star Wars creator George Lucas said, quote, "James was an incredible actor, a most unique voice both in art and spirit. For nearly half a century, he was Darth Vader, but the secret to it all is he was a beautiful human being. He gave depth, sincerity, and meaning to all of his roles. Amongst the most important being devoted husband to the late Cece and dad to Flynn. James will be missed by so many of us, friends and fans alike."
We would like to dedicate this segment, Thank the Maker, where we dive into some of the creatives behind the Star Wars universe and show our appreciation for their efforts and work, to James Earl Jones. Alex, how will you remember James Earl Jones' stamp on not only Star Wars but cinema itself?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a wild thing. In the intro, I talk about it, but like the just breadth of work that he had and the impact in the various roles that he had. Um, just seeing the wave of reactions that people just are post immediately, and all of the
Mhm.
words that everyone had to say. It's just you immediately see the level of impact that he had on people, and that's something really like profound. And I mean, it's hard not to immediately just think about how iconic he is as Vader. Like we spent an entire episode last week talking about Darth Vader, and a huge part of that character is James Earl Jones. Like he is
Mhm.
Darth Vader. Um, and so, yeah, I think that's definitely like the biggest thing for me that'll always be there. It's wild that I forget that he was in The Lion King.
Yeah.
Like he's so
Oh, wow.
he just like becomes that so much that like you don't, at least for me, like I don't really think about the person in that role, right? Like
Mhm.
it's just that character. And that's a testament to just how great he was as a performer and a talent, and um yeah, just his ability. But it's a very sad thing, very sad day. I saw the news and was just immediately like, oh man, that's
Devastated.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's so rough to see. Um, but yeah, his work, I mean, it speaks for itself. And yeah, there's a reason that like everyone, I don't know, like he's a gigantic, as much as we talked about the character design and stuff last part as like being one of the key components to making Darth Vader work. Like James Earl Jones is right there with that. Like of the reasons that Darth Vader works, he's an enormous factor.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, that's a big loss for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, he paved the way for so many. I believe it was Giancarlo posted like in his tribute to him, and he was just mentioning like how he like one first of all, James did honestly, I would think more on Broadway than just like in stage
Yeah, which
than
like I know way less
film.
about,
Yeah, I
but
know. I
that's
don't know
so
anything. I'm
wild.
not a credible source for that. But like in
Yeah.
the post, he was like that Giancarlo had worked with him on a show previously, but also he had mentioned like he had sought advice and guidance from him both in just in preparation and stuff, but also when he became Moff Gideon,
Hmm.
he went like, how do I deliver this character's lines a certain way to portray
Whatever
Moff
emotion or
Gideon. Yeah,
whatever thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
And he was everyone said he was just a kind soul, and
Hmm.
it's funny they got one of the most kind people in the world to play one of the
Play
most
one of the
evil
like
people of all time.
right.
Like it's great. It's funny how
Yeah.
that works out. But no, it was devastating. I saw that news and I was like, you can't be like, I immediately told my coworker, I told my boss, I texted my friends in my group in like a group chat, and they're not huge Star Wars fans, but they know I am, and they're like, "How you taking it?" I'm like, "This is the second
Not
worst
great.
behind Carrie Fisher. Like, this is
Yeah.
bad. I'm not okay right now." And yeah, I wanted to go home and listen to the Imperial March on my record player, but I did not. I still have
Mm,
to do that on
yeah,
for a good hour straight, but that's yeah.
you have that on record. That's so
I
nice. I'm
have
jealous.
Empire on record, and I have a John Williams, concert. So,
That's awesome.
yeah. But
A little bit
anyway,
I don't even have my record player set up currently, so I'm jealous of the fact that I don't even play the records I have.
but yeah,
Um,
I gotta spin those for him, but it's just a loss. Like, I can't even put words, man. It's
yeah,
I'm still not over it, and I don't think I will be for a long time, and it's just really sad, you know?
yeah,
He touched on everyone's lives, not even just lives though, but most people's childhoods, whether it was Star Wars or The Lion King or
yeah.
Sandlot, like whatever.
Those are such big touchstones. Like,
Yeah,
I remember watching those as a kid and
and
rewatching them, and
he's
it's
touched on someone's life, in some way, most likely as a kid, and
yeah.
that's incredible. So, it's just a huge loss.
Yeah, it really is. I think it's also a big he's done it happened in a way where so many people who won't even realize it or really know or, understand that, that impact is still there. Like, even if they
Mhm,
don't necessarily know it's him, they'll see this, right? Because it's the type of news, or as you were talking about, everyone just immediately text or call all the people that they know. And they're like, "Oh my god, did you see this?" Right?
mhm.
And if someone doesn't immediately know the name, you're like, "Oh, it's the voice of Darth Vader," or
You're like,
Mufasa or
"Oh."
whatever, and everyone's like,
Yeah,
"Oh my god, that was him," right?
yeah.
And so it's that kind of impact and just that kind of person. But yeah, as you said, just a massive loss. Um, James Earl Jones was 93 years old. Hey, thank you for tuning in,
If you enjoyed this show, then be sure to subscribe here to The Aspect so you never miss an episode.
and check out some of our other shows and videos here on the Aspect Network.
Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you in a galaxy far, far away.